You're very late today. Okay. Bismillah. Today's sabak is a bit complex. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وإن فاتت أكثر من صلوات يوم وليلة. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Before we start, just check everything is right. Bring you up into the picture. Remember, just listen to this here. We said when you got a lot of qadha, then you can read your present salah without doing the qadha. But when you got a little qadha, then you must first finish your qadha and then you can read the current salah. The reasoning why we said, now remember we said 6 and more is a lot, and 5 and lesser is a little. The reasoning is quite interesting. See, if I tell you I must 1 day salah, okay, it's not so bad. But see, you must more than 1 day salah. It's a lot. You see what I'm saying? So no. So when the 6th salah become qadha, when does the sixth salah become qadha? The 6th salah come qadha with the exiting of the time. So we just get this basis right first, because the next few ibadah is very, very complex. I'm splitting myself, inshallah. We work it out together, inshallah. As we go through, we work it out. See, listen to me, say things just now. When you get a basis right, then inshallah to build on that is easy, right? See, say for instance, today is what? Today is Tuesday. It's Wednesday today. I missed Fajr today. I missed Zohr today. I missed Maghrib. I missed Isha. Right? Allah Ta'ala protect. Something happened, right? So there, we won't say that's a lot because it's only 1 day Salah, right? But now, Thursday morning, you must Fajr again. So now, it's more than 1 day Salah. What is it? Not just for the entry time of Fajr. The time came out of Fajr. And the next day, on Thursday morning, the time of Fajr came out. So now you say, hey, you must have more than 1 day Salah. You must a whole day and extra. So we say Kathrat is 6 and more. What we say? Kathrat is 6 and more, because 6 and more is a whole day Salah. 6 days and more is a whole day Salah. You understood that? So we got that right now. Now we're saying, so you say وحد الكثرة أن تسير الفوائد ستا بخروج وقت الصلاة السادسة. So the definition of a lot is that the first salah will be 6th, and that obviously happens with the بخروج وقت الصلاة السادسة, with the exiting of the 6th salah, right. وهو المذكور في الجامع الصغير. So this is صاحب هداية عبارتنا. This is صاحب, and he's making tashri. He's explaining the ibarat of Jami Saghir, because remember, so Shai Bidai is explaining either Kuduris Ibarat or Jami Saghir Ibarat, right? So he's saying this is what is meant by Jami Saghir when he say that a lot, right? Now, وهو قوله تعالى, this is the statement, this is the same statement we speak about. وإن فاتت أكثر من صلوات. He's speaking about the statement here, he's speaking about that if أكثر means أكثر من صلوات يوم وليلة, that is what is meant by the statement أكثر صلوات يوم وليلة, if 6 or more, right? And I told you that is with the exiting of the Fajr of the next day, right? Always, I give you a tip also. Always when you're struggling with the ibarat, always make an example. Give a physical example. Give a physical dimension to it. That will help you to understand it. Even when you're teaching, inshallah, one day Allah Ta'ala choose you maybe to teach Hidaayah. Maybe you teach Ma'ad al-Sufa, whatever, I don't know. Allah Ta'ala choose you, right? You always give a practical example. Makes it easy, and this is also proven from the Sunnah. The Nabi is always how we should draw the lines in the sand and all that type of thing. So give it example. So وَقَوْلُ وَإِنْ فَاتَتُ أَكْثَرُ مِنْ صَلَوَاتٍ. So if 6 or more salah missed him. So I told you that is the whole day salah and the Fajr of the night. That's what I see. This is what is muradu bil madhkuri. This is what the ibarah of Jami Saghir, right? in point five to أكثر من الصلوات يوم وليلة, right? More than a day's night, right? If it was only 5 days, you would say فاتت صلوات يوم وليلة, but it's أكثر. So أكثر shows you what? That the Fajr also became qada. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Right? أجزته التي بدأ بها. So now, when I read the Zohar namaz of the next day, I find my Zohar namazes will be fine. Why? Because my qada salat is what? Is 6 and more. My qada salat is what? So I'm not a sahib al-tartib. Let's to be sahib al-tartib. I'm not a sahib al-tartib anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So ولا أجز التي بدأ بها لأنه, why? Because إذا زاد على يوم وليلة تصير ستة, because when his qadar is more than 1 day and 1 night, it has become now 6, right? Are you with me? Now here's a small اختلاف. وعن محمد أنه اعتبر دخول وقت السادسة. We saying that look here, the 6th salah only become qadha when the time comes out, isn't it? Because as long as the time never come out, you can still read it salah. As long as as long as the maghrib time never come out, the qadha never come, the salah never become wajib on you. That is why, look at me 1 second. If you pass away, for example, at the beginning of maghrib time, or you pass away at the beginning of asr time, whatever, that salah is not qadha upon you. In fact, if you made a bequest to your children, whatever, that when I die, I got so many salahs missed, you must pay the fidya for it, right? When you're alive, you have to read the salah, right? But when you pass away, then you can make you can make the wasiyat. So you look at the last moment, and the last moment of the time you are ready for full qalam, you passed away. So that qadha is not, that salat is not wajib upon you, right? You don't have to pay a bequest for it, right? And that is also, like, the masla of you making qadha, whether you must read 2 rakats or 4 rakats. If that last moment you are musafir, then when you make qadha, you make qadha of musafir namaz. If that last moment you are muqim and you miss the salah, then you make qadha of muqim salah. You make salah, you make qadha of muqim salah, right? Are you with me? So Imam Muhammad differs with us here. They say no, the moment the time for the 6th salah enters in, you're not a sahib al-tartib anymore. But that doesn't make sense. I gave you all the reasonings here. You always look at the last moment, right? وعن محمد رحمه الله, for Imam Muhammad, أنه اعتبر دخول وقت السادسة. He say no, you look at just the entering of the 6th time. We say you look at the exit of the 6th time, because that is when the salah becomes qaza, right? وَالْأَوَّلُ هُوَ الصَّحِيحُ. But what we said, that you look at the exit of the time, وَالْأَوَّلُ هُوَ الصَّحِيحُ. That is the correct one. Why? لأن الكثرة بالدخول في حد التكرار. Because I see here, this is what I'm telling you. You say something is a lot when it is being repeated, and when the Fajr comes qadha, the next thing, now you repeatedly missed a salah. You know what I'm saying? So if you missed 1 full day salah, you never repeatedly missed salah. You never repeatedly missed salah. You've only been missed one. But when you miss the whole day salah from Fajr to Isha, and the next day also you missed the Fajr, now we say you repeatedly missed salah. What you done? Because we say لأن الكثرة بالدخول في حد التكرار. We say something happened a lot, right? بالدخول, when it enters في حد التكرار, in the definition of repetition. وذلك في الأول, and that is in the first scenario what we mentioned. That is what, when you miss the Fajr of the next day, when it became qadha, right? Okay, read the next text. Right. So the scenario is this here. If a person must, say for example, just a simple example, he had 5 old qazas from his long ago. Say he had 5 umri qazas, right? Qazai umris, right? And he must 5 now, right? As I say. ولو اجتمعت الفوائد القديم. Have you got anything, Nahasha, there with regards to this Ibarat? What you got? What do you got there? Yeah, okay, same thing. More or less what they're saying. I just wanted to confirm. Say if he had a lot of salahs, right? And then he read, and he had some from the past, and now he must again another five now, right? So you got old ones and new ones, right? So ولو اجتمعت الفوائد القديمة والحديثة. So it is, say, look at the scenario, five of the past and five of the present, right? قيل تجوز الوقتية مع تذكر الحديثة لكثرة الفوات. A strict interpretation of the law is, look here, you got more than 10. You got more than 10, right? And you're not a cyber 30 because you add the old and you add the new. And once you add the old and once you add the new, you're not a cyber 30. So you can go on and read your namaz as normal, right? That's a strict explanation of the usul because there's no differentiation between old and new, right? So قيل تجوز الوقتية مع تذكر الحديثة. Even though you remember now, I must 5 years now, right? لكثرة الفوات, because of the abundance, it's more than six and more, right? It is six and more, right? But what? Carry on. Yeah. So just before we do that, I'll explain you what is the rationale of saying that if you got five and lesser salat qada, that you can't read the current salah until you don't read that salah. The idea is to discourage you from missing your salah. That look here, I mustn't miss my salah because if I miss my salah now, I can't read the new salah. I have to read the old salah first, right? That is our thinking behind punishing a person. That don't miss your salah, because if you miss your salah, your current salah won't be valid. You have to read your missed salah first, then only you can read your current salah. Are you with me? So here, I told you before, when you get qila, this is called in Arabic sirah tamriz. What is it called? Qila, yuqalu, majhul sirah. It has been said, right? As opposed to wa sahihu, wal asahu, wal azharu, wal awwalu. All these are indications that this is the more preferred. That you do if you do iftar, you do all that iftar. What are the implications of these words, right? So waqila, it is said, tajuzu, that if his current salah that he must is five and lesser, without the previous ones, it will be permissible. Waqila la tajuzu, right? So it is said, you got waqila la tajuzu. That is what the main one is. I told you that because you don't differentiate. But right, waqila la tajuzu wa yuj'alul. Yeah, sorry, I got it wrong. So this saying, you cannot read the current salah. We will consider that old salah you must, as it is non-existent. Why? So you will, because you're gonna say, oh, I can miss Zohr now. Doesn't matter. I'm not Sahib Tartib. I got more than, I got six in the more than more six and more qadha salat. So yeah, I miss Zohr today. It doesn't matter. I'll just make it qadha later. No problem, whatever. So according to this opinion, no. Leave that other old ones there and don't count that. Just count the present ones so that it will be a deterrent for him from missing his salah. So that it can be a deterrent from missing salah. That's what he's saying. So waqila la tajuzu. We say even though it's more than 10, right? Or it's more than 6, we will not allow him to read his salah now until he doesn't make the qadha. Why? وَيُجْعَلُ الْمَاضِي كَأَلَّمْ يَنْتَكُنْ. We will say as though the madhi, the old qadha, as though it doesn't exist. Not that it's maaf for that. Just for this masla, yeah, we'll say as though it not exists. Right? وَيُجْعَلُ الْمَاضِي كَأَلَّمْ يَكُنْ زَجْرًا لَهُ, to as a punishment for him, an tahawuni, from laziness, or I can say a better word to say zaghna, as a deterrent from laziness, so he does not become lazy, right? Right. So, say for instance, you had 10 qadars, you had 11 qadars, and you started making qadar of it. So your qadars came to 5 and lesser. So the moment your qadars come to 5 and lesser, you will have to, the moment now you have to read all that 5 before you can read the next salah. You understand what I'm saying? So that's pretty simple. ولو قضى بعض الفوائد, he made قضاء of some of his مسألة حتى قل ما بقي until now, يعني بقي القضاء, right? The قضاء حتى is less ما بقي. عاد الترتيب, ترتيب will come back in the البعضي according to some of the ulama. والأظهر, that's what you say, that is also azhar, means it is the preferred. So just a simple example. You had 10 qadars, right? So you decided now, with every salah, I'm going to read one qadha. So Zohar time today, you read one qadha. Asr time before the Asr, or even after Asr, you read another qadha. You can read after Asr, right? So now you made. So now you got 5 left. You got 5 and lesser left. You got 5 and lesser left. Now you want to read your Maghrib. You can't read it Maghrib until you don't read it last 5, because you are now صاحب الترتيب. أنت صاحب الترتيب فلا بد أن تقدم يعني الوقتية بالفوائد. فهمتما؟ Understood that, Yusuf? Right. فإنه روي عن محمد رحمه الله في من ترك صلاة يوم وليلة. It is narrated, it has been narrated from Imam Muhammad في, with regards to من ترك صلاة يوم وليلة, a person who left out the salah of a day and night, right? وجعل يقضي من الغد, and he began making qada. Okay, this is the complex one. We're gonna do this one tomorrow. I'll just give you a brief thing. What he's saying here. Say for instance, you just missed out one day salah, right? Listen, look at me. We'll do it properly. I'm going to introduce it to you. You only got one day salah, you must it, right? So you are sahib tartib. What are you? So now, so say you must today Fajr, Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. So tomorrow Fajr time came in, right? Now, what is two scenarios? One is you read your qadha before the salat, or you read your qadha after the salat. So if you read a qadha of Fajr before Fajr, right? And then you read your Fajr namaz, your farz, is the qadha correct? The qadha. The qadha is correct. But is the Fajr correct? The Fajr is not correct. Why the Fajr is not correct? Because you are sahib tartib and you're supposed to finish that 5, right? So now, when you read that, now, listen nicely. So your qadha is correct and your Fajr is not, your waqti is not correct. Now when you come to Zohar time, right? So you still have another 5. Why? Because the Fajr is, that's waqtiya. So you got your 4 original qadha left, and you got now a new qadha Fajr, because it's not done, right? And then you go so forth and so forth. So when you come to the 6th salah, when you come to the Fajr of the next day, right? If you read the Fajr first and then you read the qadha afterwards, then the Fajr will be correct. Why? Because you have already got 6 qadha. But okay, we'll do that tomorrow, inshallah. Yes.